Hello everyone, this is Roger Buskill. Um, as you know, you're going to have a Hallmark assessment. Part of that is a document that you write about the interview, but also a part of it is a presentation of the findings of the interview. Um, to conveniently present that presentation, we're going to use Blackboard Collaborate. So that's what this tutorial is about, is how to navigate to your particular section on Blackboard Collaborate for our class, um, and then simply upload a PowerPoint presentation to the whiteboard and then save it, save your session, and then be able to go back and look at that presentation. So let's get started. I've got our Blackboard called up. I've got a section on the our links pane here called Blackboard Collaborate, and it's really simply just a link to the tools section. But let's go ahead and click that, and Blackboard Collaborate is right on the top left. So let's click into Blackboard Collaborate now. A couple of things you'll notice. First of all of the names of everyone in the class are here, including myself right here, and that's the one that I'm going to use for this tutorial. But there's two tabs up here, one called Sessions, and that's the one that you see now, and one called Previously Recorded. When you record your session, that's where you're going to click back to and view the presentation that you made. And within your session that I've created for you, you can make as many of those as you like. So I recommend that you play around with this a little bit and just record maybe a couple of slides and then go back and view it, just to prepare yourselves for the presentation that you'll make towards the end of the semester, because that's how I'll be grading your quote live presentation. Is you will do a voiceover by with the microphone, and that you'll narrate your slides, and that's how I'll measure the effectiveness of your presentation. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and select my particular session here that I've created. Like I say, I've created one for all the students, and you would simply click into yours. So I'm going to click in the one that I've set up for myself. You'll notice that some JavaScripting occurs here. That's actually going to download every time that you run a session. It's not it's actually saved in your downloads, but as you see here, you can go ahead and close this out now. We're just getting some nuisance messages here. And it should load up in just a while. It has a box to come up here. What's the type of your connection, and hopefully everybody's on some type of a cable or DSL line. So in this case, I'm actually on a LAN, so I'll select this. But you would probably select cable, or if you're in a wireless setup, you would select wireless, and it selects the best connection speed for you. In my case, I'll select LAN. You get a reminder up here to start the recording. I'm not going to start it just yet, so I'm going to close the window, because what I want to do first is to actually upload the PowerPoint presentation itself. So you do that by clicking Load Content. In this case, I've got it on my desktop, and I've just simply created a small presentation, just a few slides. So select it, or you could double click it select it and click open or double click. It's going to take a while to upload the PowerPoint. It's going to set it up in the background. There's another little nuisance screen I've got. While this is displaying here, it has some notes pages here, and you'll actually use those as a part of your presentation. Okay, looks like the PowerPoint itself loaded up in the Whiteboard. This window here is simply called the Page Explorer, and I'm going to move it out of the way for now. It won't show up no matter where it's located. Even if it was located within the Whiteboard, it's not going to show up on your recording, but I'm just going to move it out of the way for now. And so the way that Collaborate's set up, you use the left and right arrows to navigate through your presentation. You'll notice it's on the first slide, but if I click the left arrow key, it comes up to a blank page, and here's where you could use some tools if you wanted to do any kind of drawing. That's usually used for other purposes though. So we would simply start on the first slide, and you would simply start narrating your slide, explaining each one of them. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly, but for each slide, such as the introduction, rationale, you would narrate the content. And obviously all of this is going to be based on the document that you created for your interview. There's the bio of the interviewee. Any of the questions themselves, you have 7 or 10 questions, and with their responses, a lot of ways that you could set that up. But we need the questions with the responses, and then any leadership concepts, and then finally conclusions. Now this is just a sample presentation. You can set your presentation up any way that you want. I just wanted to throw a few slides together to show you how to upload the content through the load content button. So I just went through these, but actually what you would need to do before you start narrating the slides here, you've got a talk button up here. So we haven't recorded it yet. I was just going through and showing you how to manipulate it. So now the way that you would actually record it is you would obviously make sure that you have a microphone connected. You would click the talk button here, and then you would come up here and click record. Okay, so you can see right here it is recording, and the talk button has been selected here, and so you see the slider here that shows you that there is audio going out. So now here's where you would simply narrate your slides. So you would click the right arrow, narrate your slides, and just click through there just like I showed you before we started the actual recording. So this is what's actually going to be showing up in the previously recorded sessions. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now. So obviously yours is going to take, I think what I said, 9 to 11 minutes, something like that. It's in the criteria. So you don't want this to be a really long presentation because you're just really explaining your findings of the interview. The content is going to be in your document. So I'm going to stop recording now. Click OK here. Okay, so it'll take a few minutes now before it shows up in the previously recorded sessions, but you're actually ready to close. You're actually ready to close out your session now because you have already recorded your PowerPoint presentation. So really all you have to do here is I'm going to go and click the close button here. It's going to prompt me here. Okay, so we've left the session now. So what you'll do now is go back into BlackBoard Collaborate. Now you don't go into your name here anymore unless you're going to make another recording. You go to the previously recorded part, And I had a one in here that I was playing around with, so you can see how quickly it showed up. So the way to view that then is you would just simply click the play button, and you would be able to view the presentation.